Hey, what's up guys? John Solomus here, and I want to do a video as a follow-up for this video I did based on a comment that I got from Hello All on this video I did about incels. So I did this video about incels, and I talked about it in this video. Make sure you watch the video. You can just open up a new browser window and click on the link in the little description or in the card. In that video, I talked about this idea that this incel group basically was messed up because they weren't playing the game, right? They were trying to to basically to basically say the world's fucked up and everyone's fucked up, and they just didn't want to deal with it, which is something it's the victim mentality, right? We've talked about this a lot on this channel. I've got a whole playlist on the victim mentality. Make sure you check that out. But anyway, Hello All said something really interesting. And it's tangentially related, but it made me realize, when I read his comment, that you guys, you're not taking me serious for a couple of reasons. You think that I wasn't the incel group at some point. I was. In fact, we'll just do it now. Let's just put up a damn picture of me looking like a fucking retard, right? I mean, hopefully we'll get the picture in here, or Rodrigo will get the picture in here of me with the thing on my head and just looking not so good at all, okay? So I was there. Believe me, trust me. Trust me, okay? What I realized when I read this comment, and I'm about to read it to you, is that a lot of you don't understand what it takes. And that's the thing. So you're doubting me. I totally get it now, right? If you think what it takes to get laid is this much effort, but it's this much, then yeah, and that's and I'll tell you, okay, it takes a lot of effort, a lot more than you think. If you guys if this comment reflects what you guys think, okay? So let me read the comment here. It's from Hello All. He says, very inspiring, thanks Sean. I started gaming about 4 months ago. 3 approaches in, I got a girl. It was dope. Then I did about 8 approaches thereafter, and I was rejected by all of them. Got numbers from 3 of them. I flaked on one flaked on the date, 1 went ghost, and 1 I'm pretty sure gave me a fake number. I was demoralized and gave up. I actually cried one night walking home. Okay, I started clinging to incel forums and trying to justify to myself why it happened. Maybe it was my recessed chin, my bad hair genetics, my crummy clothes, my current BF. I'm not sure what that is. Whatever. Yeah, those things matter, and I can correct most of them, but they're not the end-all be-all. And they really don't matter as much. Some of them matter more than the clothing, let's say, okay? How is it fair that some guy with a model face can get girls so easily, or the quarterback of the celebrity? I'm erasing that victim shit. Fuck that. Now I'm back at the drawing board, did a lot of theory work, learning from people whose opinion seems most logical to me, and I trust to a degree. I got methods to experiment, qualifications seem powerful, and getting logistics quickly, and pushing for insta dates and framing dates when number closing. Also start shopping around for some style, good. And this time when I get back into the game, I'm not giving up. I'm sticking through it. I don't care if it takes 30 approaches this time to get 1 date. I'm doing it. Okay, so that's a little more closer to the truth now. Here we go. Fuck online game and picking up on drunk girls, or depending on your social circle, where is the challenge in that? Day game is where the real skill in attraction shows. That's my main focus, day game. One of my main goals this year is to become rejection proof. The perspective on myself will not be shifted because of some rejection where a girl only got to know me for 1 minute or so. That's insanity and illogical. Great video, man. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to pick apart here. Okay, again, not picking on Hello All. It's great that you're doing this. Your mentality is good here, but I want to take it to the next level that you guys are going to need it, because some of you have really unrealistic expectations of running some kind of game and trying to get with girls. So 3 approaches and then 8 approaches, that's nothing. That's what me and my buddies used to do in in an hour, right? I mean, even maybe honestly, when it was crazy, it was maybe 8 approaches in an hour. The amount of approaches that you're gonna need to do in order to develop this skill set, if you want to develop this skill set, is gonna probably be, you're talking 5,000-6,000 approaches to actually become pretty good, right? Might not be your goal, that's fine. I'm just saying though that you guys have very unrealistic expectations, right? It's much more closer where you said at the beginning, if it takes me 30 approaches to get one date, that's much more likely, right? 30 to get one. That's where you're at, and that's where you're going to start at, and that's fine, right? I heard one guy said that it was like 300 to get laid once. And that seems pretty crazy, but that's for a very beginner, but that you're going to start there, but it's still possible, right? So here's the thing. This is why I'm telling you this, and I'm not going to get into the whole, like, the theory of game and all this stuff. I'm not going to get into that because we don't need to here. But what I want to tell you is that, like, you guys, okay, especially you incel guys, you're like, Chad has like a chiseled chin and he's a quarterback and he can just get girls easily. No, motherfucker, Chad cannot get girls easily. Well, okay, relatively easily, but you know what? Chad has developed his skills. He's been talking to girls for a long time. Chad just sees girls and he starts talking to them. He does it every day. He doesn't fucking run game because he doesn't need to run game, because everything he does is fucking game. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why Chad is scoring more. Yes, the looks might help a little bit, but overall, you can nullify that by having a lot more experience and practice, right? And overall, what Chad is doing is Chad is going out there and he's being confident and he's being bold and he's getting a lot of approaches. Chad cannot fuck any girl that he wants. You're not spending enough time. You have unrealistic odds, like a lot of you guys, right? I see you standing around at nightclubs and parties and bars and stuff, and I see you with a fucking drink in front of your chest, and standing there and just waiting, like putting your back, like finding a hot girl and then like standing near her like this. What the fuck is that gonna do? She's not gonna like turn around and be like, man, you're the man of my dreams, you quiet asshole, come fucking kiss me. Like, I want you to understand this reality. Like, I'm talking about you going and talking to like every single girl that you see in that bar, and hopefully one of them might give you the fucking time of day, at least at first. Eventually you'll get better at it because you'll be confident, you'll be a little bit more bold, you'll know that you get results, okay? But my point is that you guys, a lot of you, you're like, I mean, this is crazy. When he said that, you know, he did, you know, I'm going to read this part one more time. He said, I started game about 4 months ago, okay? 3 approaches in, I got a girl. It was dope. Then I did 8 approaches thereafter and rejected by all of them. Got numbers from 3 of them. 1 flaked, 1 went ghost, and 1 pretty sure gave a fake number. I was demoralized and gave up. Really? I actually cried one night walking home. Holy shit, my friend. You do need more resilience, because let me tell you the shit that made me cry, okay? It was a lot more rejections than that, for sure. Oh my gosh, that seems so light compared to some of the shit that I've faced when I was first learning this kind of skill set as a younger man. See what this, quote, good-looking, attractive guy did. Probably you're fooled also half of it because of the nice clothes that he was wearing and his confidence because he knows what he's doing. But my point is that the reason why he's talking to those girls is not because he's, like, how do you think the interaction happened? You think those girls just started talking to him? No, it didn't happen. But you're standing there with your fucking beer, okay, and you're judging him, and you're calling him a fucking douchebag, and you're calling the girls sluts, okay, while you're sitting there clutched to your chest, doing nothing, just waiting for girls to come up to you, right? Or maybe you get up the ball sack to go and talk to one girl, okay, and she rejects you because you fucking stutter and go up to her completely unconfident, completely uncalibrated, and it's not your fault. It's because you haven't done this shit before. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you guys, like, what you think is genetics, what you think is you being a loser, what you think about you being ugly and all this being the reason why you can't get a girl is totally untrue. You just don't understand the numbers, right? If you were a door-to-door vacuum salesman, this is what you would be. You'd be a door-to-door vacuum salesman, that you've got your fucking vacuums, you got your little suitcase, you're knocking on doors, and you expect that every other door that you knock on is someone's gonna buy a vacuum, okay? Or that they're just gonna see you walking down the street and try to buy a vacuum off of you. That's what some of you guys think, wherein the reality is you need to knock on 200 doors to sell 1 vacuum. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you think it's supposed to be that, and then you go out there and you're getting rejected and you're like, oh, I'm a loser, you're giving up way too fucking soon. Ask any guy that has actual game. Ask any guy that actually has experience. Ask any guy that actually lives the life that you want, gets the girls. Ask him how much he goes out and talks to girls and how many different girls that he talks to in an evening, okay? to get his results. Like, your physical appearance actually changes from your mental state. Okay, as you rewire your brain and you build the confidence and you build some of those other things, you will see that your physical appearance will change. Okay, even your face to some degree, right? Because a lot of it is the expressions that you make with your face, right? And someone who is very guarded, who is not confident, is going to make a certain different set of expressions, which is going to greatly affect their attractiveness. Okay, I used to work in the modeling and acting industry, okay, especially in modeling, and I'll tell you, there were girls that you would see in a modeling photo that would look so good in that still frame, okay, but when you see them in person, you would just be like, ugh, okay. And there was the opposite. There were girls that you would see that, like, you look at their modeling photos, you're like, what the, I don't even see what they see, why you would be a model. But then when you see them in person, right, we're doing runway or doing, right, it's the charisma that they're bringing. It's the facial expressions, it's their charm, right? Remember all this stuff, and that's why your mentality does affect your physical appearance to a large degree. Okay, you think it's unfair, and yeah, I've said life is unfair, but it's you don't even know. Like, it's much more fair than you think it is. It's much more fair than that. Okay, so if you have questions about this, if you think that I'm bullshitting you, fucking put a comment down. Let me know. But what was your homework assignment? Some guy that is getting it, go ask him. How many girls does he talk to in the night? How many are, right? You know a guy that consistently is able to, you know, whatever, to get dates or to run game and to pull from nightclubs or whatever. Just ask him. Go up to him and be like, hey, look, honestly, how many girls do you talk to in the night, right? And to get the results that you get? And how long have you been doing this? Ask that question and see. It'll fucking blow your mind, right? Look for a good looking guy and ask him, right? And it will blow your mind. Okay? That's all I got for you today. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.